One of the most painful silences in human connection is when someone who was once warm and present suddenly pulls away. The rhythm of your daily text slows to a crawl, then stops. Plans that were once solid become vague, then dissolve into maybes. The easy warmth you shared feels like it has been replaced by a chilling distance. You are left alone with your thoughts, replaying every conversation, searching for a clue, asking yourself the haunting question, what did I do wrong? This feeling of being shut out is deeply unsettling. It can trigger a profound sense of anxiety and self-doubt, leaving you feeling lost and powerless in a dynamic you no longer understand. This essay is a quiet space to explore that distance. We will approach this topic not with blame. We will approach this topic with gentle curiosity. The act of pulling away is rarely as simple as it feels from the outside. It is not always a sign that love has vanished. It is not always a sign that you are no longer important. More often, it is a complex, silent signal of something happening inside the other person. Understanding the hidden reasons behind this retreat is the first step. Navigating it with grace, keeping your self-respect intact. We will look at fear, we will look at stress, we will look at the deep-seated ways people learn to connect with others. Before we dive deeper, hold on to one truth. You are not a problem that needs to be fixed. Your feelings of confusion and hurt are valid. They are the natural response to a sudden shift in emotional connection. When someone creates distance, it can feel like a direct reflection of your worth. But it is often a mirror showing their own internal struggles. This journey is about understanding those struggles without losing yourself. It is about learning to respond with calm clarity, rather than reacting from a place of fear. That is a powerful shift that can change everything. Our goal here is not to find a magic trick to pull someone back. Our goal is to empower you with understanding. We will explore the common psychological patterns that lead people to withdraw. Let's begin by dismantling the most common and painful assumption that distance equals a loss of affection. While sometimes that can be the case, it is far from the only reason. Often pulling away is a defense mechanism born out of fear. Fear of getting hurt, fear of being engulfed. Just das kombremsen, over in den, just dat stand, just das gaut boa stand. Losing independence, fear of not meeting the other person's expectations. When these fears surface as intimacy deepens, some people's instinct is to step back. It's a misguided attempt to regain safety and control in a situation that feels overwhelmingly vulnerable. Vulnerability is the cornerstone of intimacy, and also profoundly uncomfortable for many. To be vulnerable is to show the parts of yourself you fear are unlovable. Insecurities needs history. For someone raised to rely only on themselves, opening up feels like a threat. They may associate closeness with pain or disappointment. So when a relationship deepens, an internal alarm can go off. Pulling away becomes an automatic way to turn down emotional intensity. Another major factor is external stress. Work, family obligations, financial worries, health issues can consume someone's emotional energy. Overwhelmed, they may lack capacity to engage like before. Their retreat is not rejection, but a need for solitude to recharge. They might go quiet because they have nothing left to give. Silence as depletion, not lack of care. Finally, some people simply need personal space to process. Internal processors retreat into their own world to make sense of things. External processors need to talk things out to understand them. To an external processor, silence can feel like a cold shoulder. But for internal processors, quiet time is healthy emotional regulation. It's how they sort things, so they can return with more clarity. To truly grasp why people react so differently to intimacy, we must look at something called attachment theory. In simple terms, our attachment style is the blueprint for how we connect with others, formed in our earliest relationships with caregivers. These patterns, learned in childhood, follow us into our adult romantic lives. There are a few main styles, and understanding them can feel like being given a map to a previously confusing territory. It helps explain why one person craves closeness, while another seems to run from it, especially when things get serious. The first style is secure attachment. People with a secure attachment style generally feel comfortable with intimacy and interdependence. They learned early on that they could rely on others for support, and that seeking comfort is safe. As adults, they are able to trust their partners, communicate their needs openly, and give their partners space without feeling threatened. They see relationships as a secure base from which to explore the world. When faced with conflict or stress, they tend to turn toward their partner for support, rather than pulling away or becoming overly demanding. Next is the anxious attachment style. Individuals with this style often worry that their partner doesn't love them or will leave them. This anxiety stems from an early experience where a caregiver's availability was inconsistent. As adults, they crave a great deal of closeness and reassurance to feel secure. When they sense their partner pulling away, even slightly, it can trigger intense fear of abandonment. Their response is often to protest, to chase the partner by calling or texting frequently, seeking constant validation to soothe their deep-seated anxiety about being left alone. Finally, there is the avoidant attachment style. This style often develops when a caregiver was emotionally distant or dismissive of a child's needs. The child learns that expressing needs leads to rejection, so they learn to become fiercely self-reliant. As adults, people with an avoidant style value their independence and freedom above all else. They are often uncomfortable with too much closeness and may equate intimacy with a loss of self. When a relationship deepens and demands more emotional vulnerability, they feel smothered and instinctively pull away to create space and re-establish their sense of autonomy. It's not that they don't have feelings, it's that the closeness itself feels threatening. It is easy to believe that a relationship exists in a bubble, untouched by the outside world, but the reality is that life's pressures constantly seep in: energy, mood, capacity for connection. When someone suddenly becomes distant, consider what else might be happening in their life. Demanding new project at work, sick family member, financial strain, period of intense personal uncertainty, all of this can consume their available bandwidth. Their emotional resources become depleted, leaving very little for nurturing a relationship. Think of emotional energy as a finite resource, like water in a well. When things go smoothly, the well is full and there's plenty to share. When a major stressor appears, a bucket brigade starts drawing from it. Soon there's barely enough for basic functioning and nothing left for the emotionally demanding work of being present with a partner. Their silence may not be about you, it's a sign the well is running dry. They may retreat because they feel they have nothing to offer and feel ashamed. This withdrawal is often unconscious self-preservation, not an intent to hurt. They may seem cold because their focus is narrowed to solving the immediate problem. They might not even realize how distant they are, caught in an internal storm. For the person on the receiving end, this is deeply confusing. You may read withdrawal as the relationship failing when it's actually their personal struggle. It's a hard but crucial distinction. Healthy space is communicated and purposeful. I'm overwhelmed with work this week, I need some quiet time, but let's connect on Saturday. Unhealthy, stress-driven withdrawal is silent and vague, leaving you to fill in the blanks with worst fears. Understanding this difference is key to responding constructively. When someone we care about pulls away, our natural instinct is to close the gap. This instinct can lead us to make common mistakes that paradoxically push them further away. The first and most frequent mistake is chasing, sending a barrage of texts, making repeated phone calls. Are you okay? What's wrong? From your perspective, you're showing you care. To someone feeling overwhelmed or avoidant, it feels like intense pressure confirming their need for more distance. Another reaction is personalizing and seeking immediate reassurance, which leads to pressuring for answers. You might demand to know if they still have feelings or insist on having a big talk right now. That forces a confrontation when they're least equipped. For someone retreating from fear or stress, a cornering conversation is their worst nightmare. It can feel like an attack on their autonomy, causing them to shut down completely or lash out in defense. Overthinking is the silent mistake that fuels both others. Without clear information, your mind fills the void with stories. You might replay every recent interaction, analyzing every word and gesture for hidden meaning. The mental spiral of what-if scenarios increases your anxiety. That anxiety leaks into the tone of your messages, your voice, and your energy. The other person senses your panic, and if already smothered, they feel more suffocated and justified in needing space. Ultimately, these reactions, chasing, pressuring, overthinking, overthinking stem from fear. The fear of losing the connection. You're trying to regain control over something out of your hands. The only thing you can control is your own response. So, what should you do when you feel that chilling distance? The first and most powerful step is to resist the urge to react immediately. Instead, pause and breathe. Your initial instinct will be driven by anxiety, but your best response will come from a place of calm. Remind yourself that their behavior is not necessarily a reflection of your worth. Take a small step back yourself. This isn't about playing games, it's about giving the situation oxygen and preventing yourself from acting out of panic. This small act of self-restraint is an act of profound self-respect. Once you have found your calm, the next step is to give them space, but to do so with clear, kind communication. You can send one simple, non-demanding message. I've noticed you seem a bit distant lately. I hope everything is okay. I'm here if you want to talk, but I'll also give you the space you might need. This communicates care without pressure. It shows that you respect their autonomy and are confident enough to not chase them. It leaves the door open for them to return without making them feel cornered. After sending it, you must truly give them that space. While you are giving them space, it is absolutely essential that you keep living your own life. Reconnect with friends, dive into a hobby you love, focus on your work, go to the gym. Staying engaged with your own life serves two purposes. First, it genuinely helps you feel less anxious and more centered. Second, it demonstrates that your happiness and self-worth are not dependent on them, which is an incredibly attractive and healthy quality. Finally, when and if they do re-engage, communicate your feelings calmly using I statements. Avoid accusations. You were ignoring me. I felt confused and a little hurt when I didn't hear from you. It would help me if I understood what was going on for you. This invites a conversation rather than a fight. At the same time, pay close attention to their actions over their words. If they apologize but the pattern of withdrawal continues, you need to set a boundary for your own well-being and decide how long you are willing to wait in uncertainty. Let's make this advice more concrete with a few relatable examples. Imagine this. You've been texting someone consistently every day, long, engaging conversations. Suddenly their replies become one-word answers, or they take hours, even a day, to respond. Your first instinct is to feel a knot of panic in your stomach. The mistake would be to text them, "Why are you ignoring me?" A wiser approach is to pause. Wait a day. If the pattern continues, send a light, open-ended message like, "Thinking of you. Hope you're having a good week." This is warm but not demanding, leaving space for them to re-engage when ready. Here is another common scenario. You had an amazing, emotionally intimate weekend together, and you feel closer than ever. But on Monday, they become oddly formal and cancel your plans for Wednesday, citing they need a night to themselves. Your mind might immediately jump to, "I did something wrong, I was too much." This is your fear talking. Instead of demanding an explanation, try a response that validates their need while affirming the connection. "No problem at all, I understand needing some solo time. I had a really wonderful weekend with you." This response is secure, non-reactive, oddsagtens, ombrin, onsen, ends, and respects their need for space after a period of intense closeness. Consider a third situation. You have been on a few great dates, and you can feel the potential. After the last date, you sent a text saying you had a great time, and you've been met with silence. It has been 2 days, and you are obsessively checking your phone, rereading old messages, and feeling your self-esteem plummet. This is the moment to practice radical self-care. Put your phone in another room, make plans with a friend, go for a long walk and listen to a podcast. Remind yourself that your value is not determined by someone else's response time. You are reclaiming your peace of mind, which is far more important than waiting by the phone. In all these examples, the guiding principle is the same. Move from a place of anxiety to a place of centeredness. When you feel that surge of panic, recognize it as a signal to slow down, not to speed up. Your calm response is your power. It allows you to see the situation more clearly and prevents you from adding fuel to the fire. It communicates confidence and self-respect. Not just to the other person, but more importantly, to yourself. This practice is not about manipulating them into coming back. It is about honoring yourself, regardless of the outcome. When someone you care for goes cold, it can feel like the ground has fallen out from under you. The uncertainty is often the hardest part. However, it is within this uncertain space that you have the opportunity to practice a profound form of self-respect. You cannot control whether someone pulls away, but you have absolute control over how you respond. By choosing calm over chaos, understanding over accusation, self-care over chasing, you reclaim your power. You shift from being a passive victim of their distance to an active guardian of your own peace. Remember that a need for space is not always a prelude to an ending. In healthy dynamics, a temporary pause can be a rhythm of closeness distance that allows both individuals to breathe and grow. It can be a moment for someone to process their own struggles before returning to the relationship with renewed presence. The key is communication and respect. A healthy pause feels different from a permanent withdrawal. One is a temporary detour with the intention of returning to the path. The other is walking away from the path altogether. Your job is to observe which one it is, without letting your life stall in the meantime. Ultimately, your focus should always return to you. Nurture your own life, honor your feelings, build a world so full and vibrant that one person's distance cannot diminish your light. Set boundaries not to punish them, but to protect your heart. Know when you have given enough patience and when it is time to gracefully move on for your own well-being. This is not failure. It is the highest form of self-love. It is choosing your own emotional safety over an indefinite wait. I invite you to be gentle with yourself through this process. You are not alone in this experience. It is a deeply human part of modern relationships. Trust in your ability to navigate this uncertainty with dignity and grace. If this story resonates with you, I encourage you to share your own experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Hearing from others can be a powerful reminder that we are all learning how to connect in this complex world. Follow for more insights into the art of relationships and the courage it takes to build them. If someone pulls away, don't immediately assume the worst. Sometimes distance is about what they're struggling with, not what you're lacking. The key is learning the difference between giving someone space and putting your own life on hold. If you've ever experienced someone pulling away in a relationship, share your story in the comments, and subscribe to the Rebuild Project for more videos on relationships, dating, self-improvement, and human psychology.